Hi, guys. It's so good to be back. Yay. Anyway, I'm here with you today, and we're going to actually be doing a little bit of Reiki storytelling, some of the miracles and happiness that I have been through experiences, as well with my friends and other Reiki clients that I've had here at Golden Pearl Healing and Higher Education. So, anyway, first story I want to tell you about is that I actually got to do Reiki in a church. And that was actually a pretty cool experience. And it was very interesting. So I will go ahead and tell you the story, and we'll continue with some Reiki storytelling. These are true Reiki stories. And so we'll go ahead and get started. So, anyway, on the day of my Reiki mastership, that I had acquired all the Reiki levels up, to the Reiki 3 and the master level. So, anyway, I had the privilege of, after my mastership, after being attuned, I'm driving home and I'm going home. And of course, I'm all excited because becoming a Reiki master is a big deal. And so I was just so much in joy. I was just driving peacefully and quiet, and all of a sudden, I hear this loud voice say, I want you to go up the street, pull over to the first church you see right there on the corner, and I want you to stop. So I did. I was like, at first I'm like looking around the backseat, like, who the heck was that? Anyway, but it was so loud and so demanding that I was like, okay, I shall follow this instruction. So, of course, I pulled over, parked safely, and went in. And it just so happened as I'm going in, there's this huge revival sign right there where I parked. And it said that they had an out of town guest preacher that has come in for this revival. So I was like, oh, okay. So I go in, and lo and behold, there was only one seat left, literally. And when I walked in, it was actually the last seat there by the door. So I sat down, and of course, people turned to look, but then they turned back because the pastor of the church was now introducing the revival pastor that was coming in. And so he introduced him and everything, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, okay, so what now? Well, anyway, like I say, lo and behold, the preacher stops saying who he is and what he's there for and all about his church, and all of a sudden he stops and he says, I have a message for someone in this congregation, and I am to deliver this now. So, of course, everybody's like looking around, like, whoa, And I, too, am like gawking and looking like, uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. So, anyway, he just comes and he's coming down the aisle, and we're all looking at each other, and lo and behold, he stops right at me and tells me to put my hand out, and he says, come with me. He says, I have a message for you from the Lord. And I was like, of course, I was like, oh, okay, I'm the one in trouble. Well, anyway, so I went on up, and he turned to the congregation, and he said, if anyone would like some healing right now for whatever you have, whatever aches and pains you have, whatever issues you're going through, whatever disease you're having, everything just line up. Well, I'm going to tell you what, this was certainly a miracle to me, because the whole church got up, made 3 lines, one this way, one that way, one this way, and they were just all lined up, and they were looking at the preacher and I. And so the preacher said to me, raise your hands, please. And I did. And He put his hands to mine and we merged together. And he had everybody come up one at a time. And when we were merging hands, he turned around and placed his hands on one by one, one by one. He would turn to me and replenish in his hands one by one. So these lines are going like this, right? They're just going, going. And then they would leave. Some of them literally were speaking in tongues. Some of them were kind of like halfway passed out. Luckily, there was chairs there in rows, and they were sitting, and some were just holding their hand in the grace of God. And it was just boom, boom, boom. It was like electrifying. We kept seeing all these bright lights, and it was just a miracle. I mean, it was amazing, amazing. So anyway, while the other ones were kind of waiting for him to place his hands on them, I touched a couple of them on their arm and shoulder, and they were falling back and just lying on the floor and speaking in tongues and just hallelujah, thank you, Lord. And I'm just like, whoa. So anyway, it was just truly an amazing, amazing experience for me at that time when I became a Reiki master. And so we just were like doing healing for everyone. And the preacher was just in his moment as well as I was. I was just there in grace and love, and that's all I could feel was literally grace and love. And I was just astonished at what was going on, and if you were there, you would be astonished just as well. So anyway, it was just praise the Lord and praise the Reiki and praise the fact that I had just received my mastership of Reiki, and that I am so glad that I followed the grace and directions and instructions of this loud, clear voice. When it came in, when I was sitting in my car before I pulled in to park, it was like thunder. I mean, like you could not ignore this voice, this sound. It was just like the whole inside of my car and myself just lit up from this thunderous voice. And that's the reason why I was a little bit astonished at first and caught myself, because I was always taught that when the spirit comes in and your intuition and higher self speaks, it's always very subtle and quiet. So you have to be still and you have to be quiet so that you can listen and hear, And so that's why I was like looking around, even in my rearview mirror, like, okay, who's in my car? But I'm going to tell you what, after that, we were just placing our hands on everyone. I was just sending out these beautiful silvery pink sparkles from my heart to everyone there. I could just feel the heat surround me and surround them. I could see the white light, and I could see Archangel Gabriel over here, Archangel Michael over there. It was just full of miraculous masters, and I have had the experience to experience this. And so I just want to tell you that this was a true master Reiki story, a true life experience. And I hope that if this ever happens to you, or something very miraculous that you can share with me so that I can share with all of you. Because I have stories upon stories from all kinds of miraculous masters that have been in and out of my life and still with me, directing me, um, giving me instruction on where to go, what to do, and it is for all of you. It is for the world. It is for all of us, to become healers. We're all healers. But if you decide to literally take the path, of a master healer, the world will open to you. The all Devic realms will open to you. The elementals from I have an experience with Jesus. Jesus always walks with me, always. He always tells me things, instructs me on things, and all other masters, Native American, great, great, great shamans, even from my own family bloodline and from my ancestral bloodline, because that's where I come from. Master healers in my own bloodline and family and ancestors, and of course all of you too. All of us can be in tune with this. It's not just me. I decided to dedicate, my I am presence and my healer skills to always be learning, always learning the knowledge, and to be in tune, and by whoever master wants to attune me, whether it be, religious, spiritual, in the woods, nature, all of this you can do as well. All of you. You just have to dedicate yourself to do this. You have to open up to true heart consciousness love. Love is the answer, and love is the healer. Once you open your heart to this, and it will just go boom, like that voice that was heard, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So, it takes a lifetime. I have been doing this for quite a lifetime. Now, in my childhood, I could see spirits. I talked to them, channel, and all these things. But at 3 years old, you're just kind of like, you just think it's normal stuff. You're not, knowing any different. And I never was shut down. A lot of times, growing in family, you were made to just be seen and not heard. So that was one of my factors. I could only be seen and not heard. So it gave me a chance to always listen, listen. What are you tuning into around you? You got to listen. That's the only way you're going to be able to hear the masters. They will talk direct, loud like thunder, very powerful forces. And I knew they were of the light because I only deal with the light. Everyone else, be gone. I don't got time for you. I don't got time for all these things. So I'm just telling you a true miraculous story, and hopefully through time in life, the churches will open to Reiki and to have it in their healing facility of the church. To believe in the miracles of Reiki, our universal life force energy that is of the light. And that's why I say on my channel, the more Reiki you do, the more light will enter your body, and you will become even lighter, a very high light force, and you will even be even more protected. And because if you decide you want to give out that energy for healing, then you will be blessed. You will get blessings. And not only that, but your vibration will become so high that things will open up and your chakras will become like open, realigned, open, realigned, and go all the way up to the God force to receive messages and things like that. And once you decide in your mind that you no longer are a victim, or you no longer need attention, or you no longer need to run in your shadow side, pushing everybody out of the way and making this and doing that and wanting to be millionaires, billionaires for very selfish reasons, then guess what? Spirit pulls you back and they'll allow it a little bit because it's a really big test. A lot of times you get some serious tests. It's just the way it is when you're walking a master path. In any kind of healing modality, you're walking a master path. If you have dedicated your life to that and you are just cleaning out your system, you're raising your vibration with higher vibrations and things that are of the light, whether it be a master light, a galactic light, a goddess light, elemental lights. You only ask for the highest good of you and your heart, and the highest light of whatever spirit is trying to contact you or anything like that. We no longer have to be stuck in the past, getting over, some of our past life Akashic records. And yes, I do QHH2 as well. Did do it with Julia Cannon and Dolores Cannon and all my QHHT people there. And it is a beautiful, beautiful form of healing as well. So, it's time to give respect to those who have done the work, been working, constantly healing their shadows. We got to go through so much work, so much trials, tribulations. Yes, you go through trials and tribulations, but nothing like we do. Trust me. We had to get tests on, they test us. They test us on our integrity. And one of the things that they tell me all the time and told me from the beginning, a master never cheats, lies, or steals. Once you've overcome that and can walk the path of a true master of peace, love, then you are truly healed and you will truly go to the next level, no matter, where it's at or what you got to do. When that God force speaks and tells you something to do, and you have already given permission that that's what you're going to do because that's the path you have chosen to do. Yes, it's an experience in this lifetime, but many lifetimes, if you're doing it now, you have done it in many, many lifetimes, whether you pass the test back then or not. We're all here just to be growing, and growing. What are you finally going to get over? Think about it. What shadow aspect of yourself needs to go? If you keep pulling that baggage along with every relationship, the only thing you're going to manifest is the same guy or the same woman that was the baggage that you left behind. Why? Because you have to master the love and the integrity and your shadow selves, and not saying or being or doing that, oh, I'm so sick all the time. I'm just so drained. Oh, boo-hoo me, this happened to... We're not here for that. Come on. You are so big. You are so powerful. It's amazing. You. Yes, you. I give honor to you because of the privilege that you have given me, or the privilege that just being around you, because you have taught me many, many lessons, and you will in future timelines and in future events. I'm happy. I'm happy that I was betrayed, abused, or whatever, but I learned to heal those things. It wasn't easy. I went through the same stuff as you, same kind of parents, same kind of friends, same kind of spouses and lovers. We all go through this, but we also picked it and chose it. And that's the most hardest thing that I think for me was the biggest, hardest lesson, was that I chose all this. And why did I? Because Father Eagle tells me, in order to be a true leader, you must pass the test. Almost like being in the Sundance, where you see the visions, feel them, experience them, let them go. Same thing. Same as those that practice, plant medicine, ayahuasca, and whatever thing else you are doing. It's not about being high or getting your body and just healing experience of wow. The only wow factor you're going to have is when you finally hear that loud voice and it tells you to do this at this moment. No fear. I never even thought about it, but when I heard that and went in and did all that, I absolutely had no fear, because I had already committed to the Reiki path of healing myself, healing more light in me, and to help heal others by my true example, by my true life experience. So it is just so amazing to be able to tell you this now, to absolutely tell you this now, because when it happens to you, then you're going to be like, wow, because those are things that some people will be like, oh, you're making that. No. Remember, if you're going to be a master, you cannot lie. You cannot go lying and telling untrue stories. So anyway, that was truly an amazing Reiki. True story. Miraculous. So after everybody, and we were done, the pastor and I were done, and the last time I put my hands out to him to transfer and merge our energy together. After the last person kind of fell over a little bit, nobody got hurt. The angels were catching them, placing them gently. Like I say, there was a whole room of angels, and you could see them, you could feel them, and it was just truly amazing. So we were done, and I just looked over at my pastor, and I just gave him the biggest pumpkin smile that I probably ever had on my face. And I just nodded my head, and I walked down, and I went out, and I left. And that was cool. That was cool. He never knew my name. It didn't matter. What was the matter was that I did what the voice of God told me to do. And I will forevermore keep on doing it. And I have more amazing, miraculous stories like this. So hang in there, tribe. Thank you for letting me have this time with you. And I truly appreciate all of you. All of you. I appreciate that you're here and you give me the time to just give you hope again. You know, hope is what we need at this time. Yes, we are going through major prophecies that were given a long time ago. And all I want to say is that if you need prayer, you know, you can get a hold of me and I will pray for you. And I just am so full of love right now and every day, just to wake up every morning and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I ask for discernment and I ask for protection because I already know I'm protected. But all of you can do this, please, please. All of you can do this. You know, get up every day and just figure out, how am I going to get to the next level? Universe, speak loud like thunder to me and show me where to go. Help me. Give me life. And that is just something I will never, ever forget and take to my next journey that I have when I am gone here. So anyway, I just want to thank all of y'all and I love you. Thank you. And you are the miracle. Bye.